Towson University, Maryland, our scene for tonight's CAA basketball presentation here on Flow Sports. The Towson University Tigers playing host to the visiting Chestnut Hill College Griffins. My name is Ben Rosenbaum, joined by Dave Vatson. Dave, it's been a disappointing start conference-wise for the Tigers. 0-2 to start off CAA play. They have a non-conference opponent in Chestnut Hill coming in. They have a chance to kind of brighten the ship before James Madison comes to town.
They sure do, and no one expected them to be 0-2 to start, especially against the Elon team that's picked to finish 8th in the CAA. Maybe against William Mary has been one of the upstarts, but they really want to try to get a full 40-minute game together. Maybe it's good they've got a non-conference game. They've got a chance now to work on a few things that maybe they weren't able to in practice, or they just want to shore up from practice, not able to during a game. And this is a good chance to kind of test a few things out before you go back in the conference play against JMU on Sunday.
The Tigers to get things moving on offense and on the defensive side of the ball. Q Murray, she's the point guard. She's the engine. She makes this team go. She's been looking for a game to get right back on track herself. She's had a little bit of a struggling, she's turned the ball over a little bit. She hasn't scored the ball as well, not as many as assists as we're used to seeing. Q needs to have a good game tonight.
You can add that she's had struggles with the free throw line too, so just not out of her element. That's normally a strength of hers at the free throw line, not so much this year. She did have 17 points against William & Mary though. She did very well in that last game, and she's getting a little better in some portions of games. That second half against William & Mary, they were passing a lot better. She ran the floor a lot better, and maybe Coach Richardson said something during that time that really spurred her on, and we'll see if that carries over into this game.
And on the other side of the court for the Griffins, Leah Miller, someone to keep your eyes on for Chestnut Hill College, number 14, averaging a double-double coming in, or just about a double-double coming into play tonight.
Yeah, she's doing excellent. 10 points a game, 8.9 rebounds a game, and a lot of that scoring came at the start of the year for her, but her size at 6 feet tall is going to make her a very important player in this game. Chestnut Hill not as tall as Towson pretty much across the board, but they've got somebody that can rebound, and she had 17 rebounds against Adelphi. Adelphi is a top 10 team in Division II, so she did a very nice job against one of the best teams in her own division. So she's going to be somebody that's going to have to step up in this game and try to get boards that Chestnut Hill is going to run with Towson.
The Tigers looking to right the ship. Chestnut Hill looking to shock the world as we are ready to go here in CQ Arena. Starting lineups have been introduced. The teams have taken to the floor. Towson wearing their home white uniforms, which have become a rarity now, Dave. We haven't seen the whites in a long time. And Chestnut Hill wearing their road red. Starting lineup for the Tigers, it's Ryan Holder, Nakaya Mayo, Caitlin Wright, Q Murray, and Mello Jeter. And the starting lineup for Chestnut Hill is Abby Spratt, Leah Miller, Cassie Siebold, Lauren Krim, and Rachel Milan. Miller and Mayo will take the tip for their respective sides. Ball's up, we're underway. Mayo wins it pretty easily and taps it to right, and we're off and running.
Chestnut Hill coming out in an early zone against Towson.
Dump inside the right, her first shot attempt is good. Towson strikes first, 2-0. 9:43 to go in the first quarter. Towson not messing around, full court press to start things off for the Tigers. And this is something, no matter the opponent, Towson, they're going to make you run, they're going to make you work.
Yeah, and Towson's lost their last 2 games. They really want to get a few things settled here. They want to establish the tempo early here against this team.
Right.
And Towson's also got a big size advantage. They're going to start 2 players that currently in 6'3". On the roster of Chestnut Hill, they've only got 1 player that starts at 6 feet. Everybody else is less than 6 feet. So early on, use the press, use their size against Chestnut Hill.
5 on the shot clock. Q Murray's going to get the steal here, but lost it out of bounds. And they are going to say the shot clock will reset there, as Q did. To borrow a phrase from football, made a couple basketball moves with the ball.
Yeah, close one, but she did make a dribble and she just couldn't control it, so I think that's the right decision, but definitely could have gone either way.
Spratt working on that right side, bounces it.
Where Chestnut Hill used the zone, Towson's going man-to-man.
Miller's shot is deflected potentially by Wright. Not sure if she got all of it. Here's Murray now on the right side for the Tigers. Throw inside to Mayo. She's partially double team, not a hard double team. Now out to Jeter, cross court to Holder in front of the Griffin bench. Holder steps through, loses control of it. Last touch by Chestnut Hill. Stays with Towson with 14 on the shot clock. And Dave, you know, you'd like to see Towson have quite a few good offensive sets here. Get their offense running, get some good looks, get some good baskets. Perhaps maybe a rush shot there by Q Murray trying to drive and throw up a floater. But you'd like to see them get back into Towson basketball.
Yes, and this is a good non-conference game to try that out, where you have JMU on the horizon, but you want to try something here against a non-conference opponent.
Jeter's got to pull the trigger, and she does for 3 and drains it. 5-0 Tigers.
Remember, against William Mary, it took a long time for their first 3. I believe it was in the 3rd quarter where they got their first 3-point basket. So that's probably something of emphasis in practice, is they want to try to get back to establishing their strength at the perimeter. They
went 0-5 for quite a while, and we saw for a while until they needed to start shooting threes. They didn't take any threes for quite some time during that Tribe game. Jeter, the other way. Mayo might have gotten a little bit of that last shot. No look pass through the lane is tipped around, but stays with the Tigers. Now Wright flashes through, gets the ball, and goes up, and jump ball called. Possession to Chestnut Hill. Jeter lost her shoe. I saw her kind of, not limp, but kind of give it a hop as she came up the court. It was because her shoe came off. Good that she's not hurt. I don't know if that's the right way to put a shoe back on, but it works. She just kind of stamped it back up. She's still working on it. There you go.
He's a reigning all-conference player. Yeah, I let her, whatever she wants to do, that's fine.
Who am I?
We are seeing it once again, the full court press. Again, Towson not going to take this opponent lightly. They're going to play the game they want, at least at the start.
And it's important for Chestnut Hill, to not get rattled here with that. And their ball handlers have done a good job so far bringing it up. Into the corner there is Spratt. Spratt looking to move it. Goes up, blocked by Wright and Murray. Mello the other way for the Tigers. Jeter spins, thought about it. Mayo open in the corner, loads up for a 3. Too strong. Jeter the offensive board. Towson has quite a bit of a height advantage here. Many Chestnut Hill players listed at 5'6" or under.
Again, they start one player that's 6 feet tall. Everybody else that starts is 5'8" or below. Towson starts 2 players that are 6'3" each.
Perhaps it was almost looked like good defense there from the Griffins, but Caitlin Wright picks up the foul, or draws the foul. The foul is on Miller.
And Caitlin Wright's somebody I really want to see play strong here in this game. She just got back in the starting lineup.
It's the first foul shot.
This could be my point. She just got back in the starting lineup with the injury to Borges, and she's gotten a little bit better every game. But this is going to be a game where they really want to see her shoot well and try to get involved in the offense.
Missed the second. Mayo had the opportunity for a putback, couldn't get it to go, and good rebound there for the Griffins as they bring the ball up the floor with Milan.
Pulled down by Miller, who averages almost 9 boards a game, including 17 against Delphi just 2 games ago. And Delphi ranked the top 10 in Division II.
Spratt. Siebold wants to move it. Kind of a lazy bounce pass to Milan, almost taken away by Mayo, and now Mayo almost got the steal there. 5 on the shot clock. Spratt has to get rid of it. Siebold's going to load up for a deep 3, in and out. But now an offensive board for Miller. Her putback attempt is no good. Holder does save it from going out of bounds. Leah Miller showing that she can bang early on against Caitlin Wright. As Q Murray hop-stepping a floaters off the mark. Holder offensive board she is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Early on, Towson's really putting the pressure on the front court of Chestnut Hill. They do have 2 shots from the outside, but every other shot, they've been just powering their way into the paint, trying to use that size advantage they have against the Griffins.
Foul is on Leah Miller, so very quickly that is her second, and now arguably one of the Griffins' best player, if not best player, is going to be saddled with foul trouble. Tilly Schwarthout checks in for Caitlin Wright, and Lindsay Lane checks in for Miller as Holder gets the first foul shot to go. 7-0.
Another Pennsylvania native, as all but 2 players for Chestnut Hill are from the home state of Pennsylvania. Somewhere John Stark is very proud. You know I'm right.
I mean, you are. And if John Stark was at home watching, he just slammed his laptop shut and he said, my work here is done. Here's Milan on the right side, up top the lane now. Back over to Milan. Spratt. 8 on the clock. Lane thought about it, pump fakes against Schwarthout, now puts the ball on the floor, stops, kicks back out, and traveling called on Rachel Milan there, turn it over. Siobhan Smith in for Ryan Holder.
Now, in general, Chestnut Hill is not the best three-point shooting team. They actually come in shooting 30% from beyond the arc. So you can see in their early tries, they're trying to see what holes are inside the Towson man-to-man defense to try to get close shots.
Smith drives baseline and gets it to go with a little floater. 9-0 Tigers with 5:38 to play in the first quarter. Siebold. Hands it off to Spratt now. A lot of standing around for this Griffin offense. Milan falls to the ground, keeps her dribble. Kicks out to Lane. Lane foul line jumper is good, and Chestnut Hill on the board. 9-2 with 5:10 to go.
It's a nice little kick out there for two.
Murray. Cross court to Jeter, wide open, thinking about it. Siebold closed in early. It was a good job there to... Mayo drives, partially blocked, ball's loose, and now the Griffins in transition. Krim. Siebold wants to move it. Fires cross court to Spratt. Spratt pumps, stops, pops over Smith. Left it short. Murray lost the handle, gets it back, tries to step through, lays it up and in. Tigers extend their lead 11-2 with 4.5 to go.
Mentioning the 2000 Leah Miller, they're going right after Lane, who's her replacement on the floor quite a bit. But Lane gets back pretty fast, but Towson just got it pleasant on.
Mayo off and running, Siebold the only one back, and a good job by Siebold to tie up Mayo there and force her to go to the line. And we should have our first media timeout. 4:17 to go here in the first quarter. Towson in control, 11-2. They lead Chestnut Hill on the Towson Sports Network.
Heed the call. Play new Raven scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. You could win up to $100,000 instantly.
How long does it take to change the game of basketball? Days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? All of a sudden, big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. The step back three is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. How long to change the game of basketball? 1 second or less.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Back to the Towson Sports Network. 11-2 our score at the first media timeout. Third member of our broadcast team, Sarah on the sideline. And Sarah, take it away.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, during the timeout, Coach was just telling her team to keep being aggressive on defense and to keep the rebounds in tight when they get them.
Thank you, Sarah. Sarah Ridenauer.
Yeah, to Sarah's point, 9-3, the rebounding edge for Towson right now. It's a good start for the Tigers. And, we've talked about last couple of games. I mean, Coach Richardson has wanted to see more hustle in her team. She really wants them crashing the boards. And they're doing the correct thing so far against a team that they have a clear size advantage on with that 9-3 rebound advantage. It's led to them scoring 3 times inside the arc.
And
the good thing here for Towson getting the third time of the line already today.
A couple substitutions for the Griffin as Mayo can't hit the first. Amber Washington and Bree Hewlett into the game for the Griffin. Mayo hits the second, makes it 12-2. Maya Jones has also checked in the game for the Tigers. Washington, a nice behind-the-back move, and then a handoff to Hewlett.
Towson's got 4 players in the court. After that turnover, Towson has 4 players on the court with at least size of 5'11".
Oh, I thought you meant physically only had 4 players.
No, I did not say that.
That's, I don't know.
No.
Viewers can't see my face, but I looked around very sporadically. Smith on the left side. She'll shoot mid-range, gets it to go. Be good to see her have a nice little scoring game, too. They have a lot of hopes for her to really come out and be a scorer for them, the Tigers do, and we're waiting for her to put that whole offensive game together.
In the last couple of games, Towson really hasn't used its bench, so this is kind of a chance early on to see what they can do here other than a practice against 5 players you're not familiar with.
Siebold throw underneath the Washington, was behind her. Washington pumps, gets Schwartz out in the air and lays it in. 14-4, 3:23 to go. That's 5'1". Amber Washington gets 6'6". Tilly Schwarthow in the air and beat her for a lay-in as Siobhan Smith gets it right back for the Tigers, 16-4.
Smith already has 6 points off 3 of 3 shooting. She's taking advantage of somebody that she's going against a bigger size on, but she's taking care of business.
Lane, a deep shot is no good and misses everything out of bounds. Micah Johnson-Matthews checks in for Murray.
So we're seeing already Coach Richardson has a full bench team out there except for Mayo. But Q Murray was the other one out there earlier. So 4 players off the bench early in this first quarter.
Jones moves it around to Johnson-Matthews, now inside to Schwarthow, back outside to Jones. Smith, kick out. Johnson-Matthews, foot on the line, in and out. Washington the other way for the Griffins. Takes it into the far corner, now outside lane, spots up for an open 3, off the mark. Mayo pulls down the miss.
They keep trying to get Lindsay Lane up top the arc.
Jones will let a 3 fly, that's off the mark. Mayo chases it down and Towson will reset.
Towson keeps passing around.
Jones can't get that 3 to go, and this time the Griffins will control the rebound with Lauren Krim. Up to Siebold now. Siebold stops, shoots over Johnson-Matthews, left it short. Mayo just stands with it. Towson has slowed down the scoring rate just a little bit since all the starters started to come out. Schwarthow going to work, goes up and under, off the bottom of the rim, no good. Hewlett drops it off to Siebold, and Siebold brings it up the rest of the way. She's picked up by Jones at half court. Now Maya Jones will pick up the first Towson foul tonight. That is her first, team's first.
Chestnut Hill gets up and down pretty quickly. You know, again, they got a small lineup. They're pretty quick, though, for their size, and they have been able to get up and down and set that zone pretty quickly. And, of course, Towson keeping that man-to-man defense, and that pressure has definitely been rough on the Griffins early. But at least in the last minute or so, they've been able to kind of keep pace.
Well, Caitlin Wright checks back in for the Tigers. Mariah Gray also checks in for the first time. It'll be interesting, Dave, to see if we see Tess Borges at all tonight. Tess has not been available for Towson the last 2 games, but a little bit of a development in whatever her situation is. She is dressed. She is in uniform tonight. She was in street clothes the last 2 games. Washington, another nice pump fake, and now she's going to get bumped by Wright. No foul call there, though. Jones off and running by herself, lays it up and in. 18-4. And if you're head coach Jim Connolly for the Griffins, you're probably wondering, where's the foul call? And you're thinking to yourself, Towson doesn't need any help here tonight.
Yeah, this is actually their first game against Division I opponent this year. Probably also their last one. So, you know, but they're going to treat it like it's their top game. You know, you're facing a physically team that's better than you, and you want to play your best game.
3 ball on the way and off the mark by Orlovsky, and Towson will bring it up the other way. Smith goes straight through the defense, tries to lay it up. It's no good. Ball's loose. Jones grabs it, blocked from behind there by Milan. Gray's able to track it down. 33 seconds to go, 14 on the shot clock. Gray left side. 7, dumped inside to Wright. Wright spins, hook shot up and in. 20-4 now, Towson with 20 seconds to play.
One thing Wright is getting better at, she gets the ball, she shoots fast. She's not thinking too much. She's just trying to get up in the air and give herself a chance to score. You know, early in that first start that she had, she was kind of hesitating a little bit.
And another foul called on Maya Jones now. That is her second, team second. Holder back in.
Returning for the Tigers is number 32, Ryan Holder.
Four seconds. Washington drives right at Holder, and then Holder stuffs it, and then she goes up. And on the putback, Washington is fouled with 0.2 seconds to go. Her first, team's third.
Yeah, always tried to draw that foul and then got the block, but then she did draw the foul on the second attempt.
Gonna put Washington on the line for two here as she gets the first to fall, 20-5.
Just got a fan section here from Bear, Delaware. It's not too far away.
Hits them both, 20-6. And all they have to do is inbound there, and we're headed to the second quarter. Towson in firm control, 20-6 right here on the Towson Sports Network.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
When Revere Bank is your business bank, you are revered, celebrated for everything it took to get you here, backed with every confidence in where you're headed, empowered to make your company every bit as great as your ambition. If you want your business bank to be as committed to your success as you are, we should talk. Let's see your vision. Let's feel your passion. Let's make it happen. Revere Bank, committed to your success.
To the Towson Sports Network and Flow Sports. Ben Rosenbaum, Dave Vatz, and Sarah Ridenauer on the sidelines. Tigers in firm control here after the first quarter. 20-6 our score as they lead Chestnut Hill. Take a look at the first quarter stats. Towson doing an okay job shooting. Obviously, Chestnut Hill still trying to find their way here. And Dave, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, early on, Towson using their size to their advantage. I mean, the rebounding is what really comes up 16-8, and that's really caused pressure against Chestnut Hill. But also I like that some of the more lesser scorers for Towson are getting involved in here. Siobhan Smith, 3 of 4 from the field, 6 points. LaCaitlin Wright has made both of her shots in the field. She has 5. So early on, Coach Richardson is asking some of the reserves to kind of get more involved in the play and take advantage of the situation as non-conference game, and they're doing a nice job of just that.
And Towson just miscommunication there, and it goes out of bounds. Assistant coach Zach Cantor not happy. Chestnut Hill, I'll tell you what, Amber Washington plays with no fear. Drove right into the teeth of the Tiger defense. Towson, though, able to get the takeaway. Johnson Matthews.
It's the old phrase, a freshman that holds nothing back, just goes after it full energy.
Now pokes the ball loose against Johnson Matthews. Washington really showing out here. Holder dumps off to Smith. Smith hangs, shoots, left it short. Miller back into the game, grabs the rebound, but then throws it away to Gray, who puts up a little lay-in, no good. Miller another board. Chestnut Hill coming out a little aggressive here in the second quarter.
Well, that's something they do well. They run well. They get in position well.
And Milan loses her dribble out of bounds.
First-year head coach Jim Connolly, one thing that they mentioned on some of the releases, they actually instituted a new Midnight Madness. They had kind of an inter-squad scrimmage at the start of the year. They're really trying to change some of the culture of the program around, and I think that's directly attested to the head coach trying to try some new things out with this team.
Smith on the right side, throw underneath the right, lays it up. Can't get that one to go. Gray, a nice job to save it. Right to Johnson Matthews. Floater bounces around and falls out, and Siobhan Smith can't get the putback, and now she's fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2.
I really like the hustle that Towson's showing. They're saving plays out of bounds. They're trying to force things in the paint. Obviously, things can be a little cleaner, but they're really putting a lot of energy into this game.
Foul was on Abby Spratt. Her first, team's first.
Siobhan Smith at the line for the Tigers, shooting 2.
Smith to shoot 2. Hits the first. Mayo and Jeter will check in.
Smith up with 7 points. Her season high is 9. That season high came back against Iowa back on November 28th down Puerto Rico, and 1 point away from doing that as Jeter comes back in. We don't often see the full court press either from Towson. We see them get put pressure, but a full court 3-on-3 on there, we don't see that a lot.
Ball loose. Miller able to keep control of it for the Griffins. And Johnson Matthews doesn't get rung up for the foul. Her first, team's first.
Remember, Miller's playing with 2 fouls. She got 2 fouls early in that first quarter. She's the leading rebounder of Chestnut Hill, averaging almost 9 a game. Almost has a double-double a game with 10 points a contest.
Washington. Gets a screen. Nice dish to Miller. Wasn't ready for it. Miller goes up. Right, able to block it.
Those nice pass, though, nice plays, couldn't complete it.
Holder. Johnson Matthews up top. Right, spins and shoots. Miller able to partially block it, and now it's thrown away. Picked off there by Orlowski. Miller open underneath. I don't think she realized how open she was. Spins, shoots, and scores. 22-8, 7:40 to go. Mayo drives baseline and gets it to go. 24-8.
And one defender she had some size on, the other had 2 fouls, so she pretty much had a clear lane down the baseline to complete that play.
And Tess Borges is set to check in, so it looks like she's ready for action. Washington kicks out. Spratt pumps. She traveled.
Borges coming in with that cast on her right hand, but this would be a good sign to see what she's got right now. Again, big game against JMU on Sunday. You want to see if she's ready to go. You need everybody ready to go against the Dukes.
Jeter on the right side. Mayo elbow jumper is off the mark. Borges pulls down the rebound. She's quadruple team, kicked out to Murray. Holder to Jeter. Jeter trying to drive the baseline, and she lays it up and in, 26-8.
Vintage Mellow Jeter with a nice shot off the glass, and Jeter now up to 5 points, 2 of 3 shooting, 3 boards, 2 assists. Good all-around day thus far.
Washington almost lost it. Hewlett's gonna fire a 3 and drilled it. 26-11.
That's Chestnut Hill's first 3-point make of the game.
Mayo baseline jumper, no good. Amber Washington pokes the pass loose. Towson able to get it back. I've been really impressed with Washington tonight so far. Holder drives baseline, no good. And an offensive foul called on Tess Borges, her first, team's second.
You know, what's interesting is, Ben, is that Amber Washington has played in 10 games off the bench. She averages 8 minutes a game. She's not a typical member of the rotation. I wonder if this game will change. Obviously, we're not going to see any Chestnut Hill games after this, but yeah, she's definitely one of the more aggressive players for this team, and she might get some more playing time after this contest.
Freshman Maggie Sharp checks in. Pass underneath is out of bounds. Possession stays with Chestnut Hill. It was poked loose by the Tigers and out. Into the corner. Krim trying to drive. Lost it, lays it up, and good. 26-13, and Chestnut Hill going on a slight run.
Yeah, Krim somehow got in between a double team there, but still managed to get her footwork down and get through.
Possession stays with the Tigers.
Ball kicked out of bounds by the Griffins.
Yeah, through everything right now. Chestnut Hill is actually outscoring Towson this quarter 7-6. Now, Towson's been using some of the reserves in this quarter, but at the same time, that's still a pretty good quarter thus far for Chestnut Hill.
Sharp open for three, lets it go and good. 29-13, Maggie Sharp finds the bottom of the basket.
You can call that the broadcaster's jinx there as he pulls away and missed a three there, but they got the rebound.
That's Maggie's second basket field goal of her career. She hit one against Mount St. Mary's, and they really think Maggie's going to have a really good sharpshooter career here for the Tigers. Has range out the gym and a foul called on the Tigers. Fouls on Jeter, her first.
And she's just a freshman, Sharp is, so she's going to get better. She's going to get in the weight room, get a little stronger, and we hear a lot how good of a shooter she is.
I mean, you see what happens when you give her a lot of space and a lot of time. She's going to drill it. Offensive foul called on the Griffins. Illegal screen called on Krim. Look at first-year coach Jim Connolly there a moment ago. Inside the Borges. Spin, shoots, and scores. Nice move from Tess Borges. 31-13 and her first action back from injury.
Yeah, she has not played either conference game, and so it's good to see her back, and looks like she's good to go, at least for now.
Hewlett, elbow jumper. No good. Mayo with the closeout there. Three ball from Krim is off the mark. Murray. Scoop shot is blocked out of bounds by Lane. And that'll bring us to immediate timeout. 31-13, Towson leads Chestnut Hill right here on the Towson Sports Network.
If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to live 3 to 5 years longer. If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to have 9 more years of a healthy life.
Strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, mint chocolate chip, butter pecan.
There's a vibe to this club. It's not just my word, but I hear it from members and I hear it from non-members.
It really captures every demographic, which is who ACAC is.
If an individual comes to us, we can teach them all elements of physical activity, finding something within our walls that would appeal to somebody to get them moving.
Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network. Ben Rosenbaum, Dave Vatz. Tigers in control, 31-13, as they lead Chestnut Hill. Towson go into their bench a little bit right now, David. We did kind of anticipate that would happen at one point tonight, and I'll tell you what, though, usually you see a lot of freshmen on the floor. We saw, the transfer, Micah Johnson-Matthews, the freshman Maggie Sharp. I'll tell you what, the freshman so far who's really impressed me, she's got a red Chestnut Hill jersey on, Amber Washington, playing a really nice game. It's not showing up on the stat sheet right now, but she's not playing with any hesitation. She's attacking the basket. She's making nice passes. She's playing a really nice ball game.
Yes, she is. I mean, this is not just a chance for the Towson bench to get involved. It's also one for the Chestnut Hill bench to get involved. Yeah. And, you're both in conference season. You have a chance to kind of see what you've maybe missed in the last couple of weeks and maybe some last-second things to kind of change when you go back into conference play. And Washington, head full of steam. She's very aggressive as well, and she's still on the floor. Averages 8 minutes a game, and she's going to get a lot more.
Illegal screen called on the Tigers. On Borges. And you take a look at this Chestnut Hill roster. Oldest player on this team, Caitlin Doherty, who we haven't even seen yet, and she's a junior. Everyone else a sophomore or freshman. Washington working against Murray. Hands off to Siebold. Into the corner, Washington dumps it underneath to Hewlett, pumps and lays it in. 31-15. Sharp in the corner, she pumps. Tries to throw a pass, it's tipped out of bounds by the Griffins.
One of the ways Chestnut Hill has gotten points is when they've been able to get players in the paint, they do that pump fake and they get Towson to bite. They've gotten a couple points off that.
Nice inbounds play as Mayo flashes through and lays it in. 33-15 our score. 4:04 to go in the second.
And Mayo's played the most minutes here for Towson. They've played 13 minutes and she has scored 5 points with 3 boards. Also has a steal for the Tigers.
Hewlett. Washington tries to get Jeter in the air. She drives, lays it up over Borges, no good, gets her own rebound. She's battling, dives on the ground, and jump ball called. And look at Amber Washington. Possession stays with the Griffins.
I have a feeling, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, she's not going to be averaging 8 minutes a game after this game.
Hope not.
I think she's going to get a lot more playing time after this.
She absolutely deserves it. Krim driving, lays it up against Maggie Sharp and in. 33-17 as Chestnut Hill starting to keep it close as Mayo goes the other way and lays it back up for the Tigers to answer. 35-17.
That's really somebody that Chestnut Hill can't counter. Mayo's too fast for their tall players, and she's also taller than everybody else in the court. And this quarter score is 15-11. This is actually a pretty close quarter.
Lane now keeps it moving to Washington into the corner. Fire underneath. Hewlett pumps and lays it up again. 35-19. Here comes the Griffins. Here's Sharp. Step back. 3-ball on the way. Too strong. Sharp hustling back to find her mark. Krim's open for now. Washington left open for 3. Can't get it to go.
Washington definitely has some fans behind us. You can tell with the chatter. They would have exploded if she made that.
Jeter gets the 3 to fall. 38-19, 2:34 to go. Mello's got 8 now.
And she's a perfect 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And again, we mentioned the last couple games, 3-point shooting's been a problem. That's normally a strength for Towson, and that's something they want to improve.
Lane, they work it over to Washington. Here's Lane at the elbow. Again, Chestnut Hill doing a really good job getting the initial defender in the air. Murray to Borges. She thought about it. Sharp. Jeter. Tried to go reverse lay-in, but is fouled. And will go to the line for 2 here. Foul is on Lane. Her first. Team's third.
Could be the line change here for Towson with 3 new players.
In for the Tigers are number 20, Micah Johnson-Matthews. Number 22, LaKate Wright.
Trinity Brittingham checks in. Johnson, Matthews, Wright, and Holder back in for Towson. First one is good for Jeter.
Jeter with a chance if she makes this. Yeah, another double-digit scoring game would be every game this season for Towson. She gets in double digits.
Hits them both. 40-19.
Our number 3, Abby Spratt. And number 21, Morgan Orlowski.
Spratt and Orlowski back in for the Griffins. Orlowski. And now Spratt. Hewlett has a lane, drives, lays it up and in against Wright. 40-21.
Well, Hewlett averages 6 points a game. She's 4 for 6 for 9 points.
Murray, foul line jumper is good.
But fast break is where Towson's been effective. They have 10 fast break points here today, and even though that doesn't count as a fast break, it was a pretty quick possession.
Lane. Bounces over to Spratt with 15 on the shot clock. Orlowski underneath to Hewlett. against Jeter. Hook shot is good, 42-23 with just over a minute to go in the second.
Making 11 points off 5 of 7 shooting in just over 11 minutes of play.
Jeter too strong on the three. And a hook and hold called on Holder. Her second. Team's fifth. So Chestnut Hill will shoot the rest of the way through. They won't shoot on, or they will shoot on that one. I didn't think they shot on offensive.
Now, one thing we've noted, well, it was a change of possessions. They may have said that, but one thing that's worth noting, Towson has 3 players with 2 fouls right now, Holder, Jones, and Borges. And one thing that got them in trouble against Elon was early foul trouble in the front court. So at least here, with Towson having 18 fouls, 3 different players with multiple fouls.
And we have the officials at the monitor here, not sure what the check is. Might be to see who the shooter is. Officials tonight, Ashley Good, Eric Bruton, and Ray Block Jr.
Yeah, the rebound attempt was on a change of possession, so it should be a free throw shooter.
And they were checking on the shooter. Lane kind of a little bit of a smirk as she had to walk now over to the foul lines.
Well, I can tell you why. Lane comes in as a 50% free throw shooter. Hewlett is 91%. So I think that's what Chestnut Hill wanted, was the other way around.
Trying to pull a fast one.
I think they knew.
Lane hits the first, though.
Hey, what do you know?
I mean, 50%, that means half the time you're going to make it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Now you're over 50%. 42-25.
Now Towson wants to go back to Hewlett.
Right. Smith outside the Jeter. Smith is going to take a contested 3, and she drained it. 45-25. Big shot for Siobhan Smith with a hand in her face.
She has 11 points right now, and she's had some tough shots that she's made, and she's getting open looks, and she's playing really well in this game.
Tigers got a takeaway there. Shot clock is off. They can hold if they'd like. Pass is picked off by Spratt. They have numbers. Spratt stops. Mid-range jumper way left. Five seconds. Smith beat the buzzer. She's fouled, and she fell hard. 1.1 to go.
Smith has played a total of about 8 minutes in this game. 11 points, 4 of 7 shooting, 3 boards. He's had a nice game.
First shot is good. Second one off the mark. Brittingham grabs it and will just let the ball die out there. And Sarah Ridenauer will go check in with assistant coach E.C. Hill.
Early on, I think Towson has to be happy with at least some of the aspects of that first half. It was Jeter having 10 points, Smith having 12. But
and here is Sarah Ridenauer with assistant coach E.C. Hill. Sarah, take it away.
Thanks, Ben. Coach, the past couple games, you guys seem to have come out to kind of a slow start. That's not the case today. How important is it to have hot starts like this?
Very important. That's what we're stressing to our team all season long, so hopefully they got it tonight. But we're just trying to make sure we get better and better every game.
What are you going to work on next half?
Communication, because this is a small team. They do a great job executing their offense, and we have matchup problems. We got to call up the screens and communicate on defense.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Sarah. That'll do it for us for the half. Tigers leading Chestnut Hill 46-25.
If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to live 3 to 5 years longer. If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to have 9 more years of a healthy life.
There's a vibe to this club. It's not just my word, but I hear it from members and I hear it from non-members.
It really encaptures every demographic, which is who ACAC is.
If an individual comes to us, we can teach them all elements of physical activity, finding something within our walls that would appeal to somebody to get them moving.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
This week's Student Athlete Spotlight profiles basketball player Dennis Tunstall. The redshirt senior was named to the Colonial Athletic Association's all-defensive team a year ago, and this season leads Pat Scarry's Tigers in block shots and steals and is second in rebounds. His most memorable performance to date was setting the CQ Arena record for rebounds in a game when he pulled down 21 boards against Delaware last season.
He's put on weight in muscle, almost 35, 40 pounds since he got here. So that's really helped his game. He's a much better shooter. He's improved his foul shooting, and he usually takes care of the basketball. So I still think he can make more shots for us and score at the rim more, and we want him to play with that type of confidence.
As the only player on the team who has been on campus more than 3 semesters, the Willingboro, New Jersey native has taken a larger leadership role and, despite his quiet demeanor, has embraced the added responsibility.
I tried to really follow by older guys that were in the past, big leaders like John Davis and Tomas Parker Rivera and people like that. Try to be just like them.
He doesn't necessarily lead with a lot of words, but he leads by work ethic. He leads by example. He's a really good teammate. He's also one of those guys when you're coaching, certain guys look at, he's going to be successful in whatever he decides to do after college. He just kind of gets it.
I believe that I became much more of a leader, vocally, on and off the court, and definitely by leading by example, being the senior that I am right now.
Tunstall, who completed his degree in environmental studies earlier this week, already ranks in the top 10 in program history in blocks and has a chance to do the same in rebounds.
What I'm going to remember the most is probably to never give up. That goes both on and off the court, through class, grades, all that on the court. Because I remember one class last semester, I almost thought I wasn't going to pass. I just never gave up, and I kept going into office hours and got the grade that I needed to pass.
On every team, guys are always going to be closer to certain people. It's like on any team. But I honestly feel like in his 5 years here, whether guys were freshmen, seniors, whatever year he was, he's connected with everyone, whether it was staff or players. I think that speaks volumes to the type of kid he is.
Heed the call. Play new Raven scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. You could win up to $100,000 instantly.
story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings, it's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
How long does it take to change the game of basketball? Days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? All of a sudden, big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. The step back three is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. How long to change the game of basketball? 1 second or less.
This week's Student Athlete Spotlight profiles basketball player Ryan Holder. The senior is one of 4 returning starters from a team that captured the Colonial Athletic Association Championship and advanced to the NCAA tournament for the first time in school history. This season, the product of nearby Roland Park Country School is 5th in scoring, ranked 2nd or 3rd in rebounds, steals, and blocks, but her impact goes way beyond the stat sheet.
I think the little things matter a lot, and it's more than just, you have to score. Offense sells tickets, but you gotta be able to grit and get down and do what you have to do. And I think that's really important to me.
We call Ryan our glue because she is just patching up all over the place and stuff you don't see on the stat sheet. We can tell the difference when Ryan's on the court. She helps everybody out. She has a backup for everybody. She talks on the floor. She defends the best player. So she does a lot of things that are just not in the stat sheet, but it's, instrumental to us winning.
For me, that's really where all the pride comes from. Some days I love it, some days I hate it, but I think just being able to know that I'm contributing, and it might not be the traditional way people feel you or think you should contribute, but to know that I am contributing, and my coaches see it and my team sees it, that's enough for me.
After stops at UMass and Hartford Community College, Holder arrived on campus last fall, but it was one she was very familiar with. Her brother, Emmanuel, was the starting fullback on the 2013 football team that played for the national title.
When I got to Hartford, he really wanted me to find a place that really fit. He knew everything I went through my freshman year, and so he really wanted me to be able to find a place that I loved, and it just so happened that was also the place that he loved.
On a squad featuring 7 fresh faces, she and point guard Q Murray have brought an abundance of Baltimore toughness and a refuse-to-lose mentality, qualities ingrained in the city where they grew up.
We're taught grit, and we're taught that you're not getting the ball, I'm getting the ball, and we're taught to be the best player we can be with the most effort. I think effort is really preached in the city throughout girls basketball. You gotta want it more than the person standing next to you. And I think that's something me and Q really try to embody every time we hit the court.
When Revere Bank is your business bank, you are revered, celebrated for everything it took to get you here, backed with every confidence in where you're headed, empowered to make your company every bit as great as your ambition. If you want your business bank to be as committed to your success as you are, we should talk. Let's see your vision. Let's feel your passion. Let's make it happen. Revere Bank, committed to your success.
If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to live 3 to 5 years longer. If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to have 9 more years of a healthy life.
There's a vibe to this club. It's not just my word, but I hear it from members and I hear it from non-members.
It really encaptures every demographic, which is who ACAC is.
If an individual comes to us, we can teach them all elements of physical activity, finding something within our walls that would appeal to somebody to get them moving.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings, it's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
And welcome back to the Towson Sports Network. Ben Rosenbaum, Dave Vatz here inside CQ Arena on the campus of Towson University. Our score at the half, Towson 46, Chestnut Hill 25. And someone whose name we probably didn't think to be saying a lot of. We probably figured we'd see her a little bit, but Siobhan Smith coming out of the gate, and she's scoring a lot for the Tigers.
She's already got her career high in points in this game with 12, and she's doing with some nice shots. She's currently 4 of 7 from the field, 3 for 4 on free throws. She also adds, though, 3 rebounds, and she's also drawn 2 fouls. She's done a very nice job overall in this game, and her career high coming in this was 9 against Iowa, but she only had 4 points as a season high before that. So she has done a nice job coming off the bench, and she's somebody that really, they need some guard play off the bench, and early on in this game you see her just really taking control and doing some nice job on her rebounding as well as her shooting and getting involved in every play.
Yeah, 12 points so far for the one they call Scoop, and you see some of her first half highlights on the monitor in front of you. And Dave, this is something they've been waiting for her from, and they've been waiting to see Scoop come alive offensively, and they want her to have a complete offensive game.
Yeah, really, they're looking for somebody off the bench that can help the backcourt. You don't want to have all your points coming from Murray and Jeter. You want to have somebody that can come onto the court and be around the arc and get points. And maybe that's not the best game to determine that, but it's still a non-conference game in the middle of conference play. You need somebody to step up and get scoring and really push the offense, and maybe this is the answer that Coach Richardson needs.
And we're taking a look now at some first half stats on your screen, and Towson shooting better than we've seen. 17 of 40 so far from the floor, 50% from beyond the arc, and doing a good job holding out Chestnut Hill and not letting them get any sort of rhythm. Although that second quarter, Chestnut Hill really came alive.
They did, and for a while, the start of the first half, Chestnut Hill was actually leading in the half. Now, that second quarter actually came out to be 26-19 in favor of Towson, but there's 2 stats on here, Ben, that really stick out. First, the rebounding, that's obvious. Bigger team in Towson's going to have more rebounds, 28-18. But the assists are also 11 assists for Towson to 5 for Chestnut Hill. What is the one thing we've been mentioning the last 2 games? They're not passing the ball well enough. They're not getting assists to get to the basket. They're more doing one-on-ones. That's a good sign for Towson that they have 11 assists to 17 made field goals. That's a good sign that they're having over 50% on those field goal attempts.
So the Tigers and Griffins getting set for the second half of play. Both teams emerging from their respective locker rooms. Towson came out relatively early. Chestnut Hill came out rather recently, and I didn't see them take any warm-up jumpers. Take a look.
I was curious to see, though, for Chestnut Hill, if Hewlett will be a big part of this second half. She's not normally a big part of the rotation. She has 11 points off 5 of 8 shooting. She actually averages 6 a game for this team. And she's not going to be in the starting lineup for Chestnut Hill, but she was the big player for the Griffins in that first half.
All right, Tiger ball to start, and we're back underway inside CQ. Murray right back to hold her off the inbound. Starters on the floor for both sides. Inside right, outside Jeter.
No change to the zone defense for the visitors.
And traveling called on the Kaya Mayo.
We basically saw in the first half, Chestnut Hill played all zone defense. Towson played all man-to-man and press.
Krim bringing the ball up for the Griffins. Now Spratt with it. Krim back again. Miller, who's had a quiet evening. Almost lost it, get it back. 5 on the shot clock. 2. And blocked by Wright, and that's a shot clock violation on the Griffins.
Violation. Turnover. to the Tigers.
In that first half, the starting lineup for Chestnut Hill, this is the 5 currently on the floor, combined for 6 points. It was mainly their bench that came alive. 19 points for the visitors off the bench.
Holder on that left side. Wants to move it. Does inside to right. Right spins, hook shot up, front of the rim, no good. Murray picks it off and is going the other way, and she's all by herself. Easy lay-in is good. 48-25, 8:44 to go, and Jeter almost steals the inbound. Tips it out of bounds.
So that last play, Murray saw that coming from a mile away. She was starting to run before the pass even got up top the arc. She knew that pass was coming that direction. She intercepted it.
Foul on the inbound on Ryan Holder.
Comes off immediately with a third.
Smith back into the game.
Talk about what a good first half she had, and she comes in just over a minute into the second half off the bench.
Krim on the left side. Spratt tries to cut, doesn't catch it cleanly, is able to bounce it out to Milan. She drives, reverse lay-in's no good, right the rebound. Jeter open on the left side, attacks, hangs, can't get it to go. Mayo, the putback is good, 50-25 as Towson has doubled up now on the Griffins. Miller, wide open, is good, 50-27.
Siebold, the leading scorer for this team, and Miller, one of the top shooters. I imagine that combination is used a lot when they're in conference play against their opponents.
Mayo, little floater in the lane is good, 52-27.
Yeah, Mayo's just got the size and the speed that's just better than the rest of her opponents in this game. So nice, easy shot for her. She's got 11 points in the game and 4 points already in this half.
Miller inside, spins against Wright, and Wright commits the foul. Go to the line for 2, Will Miller. That's Wright's first, team second of the quarter.
That is her first.
Dave obviously is doing color commentary for us here tonight, but he serves more often as the Director of Media Relations for Towson University and is the main contact for football. And Dave, I'm going to need your eyes for this. I believe across the way from us is now former Towson standout Shane Leatherberry, the wide receiver, and I think that's Caleb Smith with him.
You are correct on both.
I knew about Shane as Miller misses the first. You can't, Shane's hair is a dead giveaway.
And I can be very upset that Shane Leatherberry will no longer suit up. The pride of Salisbury.
Miller misses them both. Leatherberry will look to continue his playing career at the next level. Has a chance.
Yes, he does. And he walk on, turn scholarship player to potential pro.
As Jeter's now fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, routinely for women's basketball games, we see him, Jabari Allen, Caleb Smith. The wide receiver group is often the biggest supporters of women's basketball from football. Often see the quarterbacks here too. Often seen Jeff Miller, Tom Flacco, Tristan Harris.
You see Jeff Miller everywhere.
He's a great guy.
Doesn't matter where you go. Jeter misses the first.
Towson early on this game, 8 of 13 on free throw shooting. I think they're going to want to improve that a little bit.
Jeter hits the second. Washington back into the game for the Griffins, and she was really impressive in this first half of play. Freshman from Bear, Delaware. Almost lost at backcourt.
Yeah, holding your own there against one of the top point guards in the conference in Q Murray.
Mayo with the steal. She's all by herself. Nakaya lays it up and in. 55-27. Siebold the other way. She had a quiet first half. Kicks out into the corner, or on the wing. Krim, too strong. Schwarthout just boxed out Jeter by mistake, and Tigers tip it out of bounds. Schwarthout kept running and overran it and hit into the back of Jeter. Siebold thought about pulling a long-range 3 just now. Puts the ball on the floor, gets a screen, reverses out to Hewlett. Hewlett trying to drive. Lane now, beyond the foul line, rolls around and out. Jeter the rebound. Murray, no look to Mayo, she can't get it to go. Mayo is fouled on her second attempt and she'll go to the line for 2. Foul is on Lane, her team's second, excuse me.
Chestnut Hill's more reliable front court players starting to get the foul trouble here. Miller has 3 fouls, Lane has 3 fouls, and they really haven't played a lot of other players there up to the size of Towson.
Mayo hits the first one.
Mayo now leading scorer for Towson with 14 points.
Second shot is good. Maya Jones in. Checks in for Jeter.
Jones was a bit limited in the first half due to early foul trouble, so should be set free here in the second half. And this game continues the way it is. I think we're going to see a lot more reserves to play in that fourth quarter.
Lane pumps. Lost it. Murray with it. No look to Smith. Smith laying is good. 59-27 and a timeout called by Jim Connolly.
Chestnut Hill. This is a 30-second timeout, extending to a full.
How long does it take to change the game of basketball?
Our score.
Days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? All of a sudden, big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. The step back 3 is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. How long to change the game of basketball? 1 second or less.
When Revere Bank is your business bank, you are revered. Celebrated for everything it took to get you here. Backed with every confidence in where you're headed. Empowered to make your company every bit as great as your ambition. If you want your business bank to be as committed to your success as you are, we should talk. Let's see your vision. Let's feel your passion. Let's make it happen. Revere Bank, committed to your success.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network and Flow Sports. 59-27 our score at the media timeout, The Tigers leading Chestnut Hill. Griffin's all ready to go. They're back on the floor. Towson using the whole timeout.
Yeah, Towson treating this like any other game. They use that defense and they really use hustle to try to get back, to make sure they establish their dominance, and it's led to them outscoring Chestnut Hill 13-2 in this quarter, including 9-0 in the last 2 minutes of play. And has to do with Mayo and Smith just hitting shots and doing well on the offensive end.
We're set to resume play here. Griffin's ball underneath the basket. Krim looking to get it in. 5-second inbound violation.
Turnover to the Tigers.
It's a Tiger ball. Johnson Matthews will inbound. In the Mayo. Washington's going to get hit with the blocking foul there. That is her first, team's third.
Not typically a line of 5 here we see for Towson, so let's see how they gel together and play in this couple of minutes here.
Mayo over to Smith, into the corner, Jones. Mid-range jumper is good, gets a friendly roll, 61-27. Lane over Smith is good. 61-29.
They really are good at that fake and then shoot. You know, they were able to get Towson off their guard.
Jones. Smith. Siobhan's having quite the night. 63-29. Siebold, a mid-range jumper off the glass, is no good. Tigers the other way, Johnson-Matthews. Smith thought about it, now outside the Johnson-Matthews, and pass is picked off by the Griffins. Washington takes on Johnson-Matthews, lays it up and in. She's been great tonight, 63-31, 4:19 to play in the third.
I think she was a head fake there. She was going down the lane, and that just bit Towson just enough to get her that step for the layup.
Mayo double teamed. Smith, Schwarthow going to work. Too strong on the lay-in. Mayo, the putback is good though. 65-31.
Only so much Lane could do there. She had to guard one of them, and she was not able to get down the board against two players with a lot of height on her.
Lane can't get it to fall. Jones, little Euro step action is off the mark. Tigers will reset. Jones, a deep three. Too strong. Oh, and Lane just not sure where the pass was going. And our media timeout now. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Towson leads 65-31.
If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to live 3 to 5 years longer. If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to have 9 more years of a healthy life.
There's a vibe to this club. It's not just my word, but I hear it from members and I hear it from non-members.
It really encaptures every demographic, which is who ACAC is.
If an individual comes to us, we can teach them all elements of physical activity, finding something within our walls that would appeal to somebody to get them moving.
Here inside CQ Arena, the Tigers leading Chestnut Hill, and they pretty much have it in hand, 65-31 with 3:20 to go, and this is a game the Tigers needed maybe to work on some stuff, work on some sets as they get ready for James Madison.
Yep, big game, CA favorite coming in. You want to get a lot of things ready as you get ready for that big game on Sunday.
Yeah, that game on January 12th at 2 o'clock. Oh, and we're over at Sarah Ridenauer has a report for us. Sarah, take it away.
Thanks, Ben. Coach Richardson was just telling her team to make sure they're staying with their men. They're marking man-to-man on defense to make sure they're staying with them and to keep winning rebounds on defense and offense.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Almost forgot about her. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, and
she's been great. Sarah's been great all season.
And she also
That's my fault, Sarah.
She also brought up the point of the man-to-man defense, which has been employed by Towson all game. And that's something that they're probably going to play in the next game, and they want to keep working on that with some of the players who don't get as much playing time.
Raina Barber into the game. Johnson-Matthews trying to drive. Schwarthow pulls down the air ball. Jones, a mid-range jumper. She knew it was off as soon as she let go of it. Mayo. Putback is good, 67-31.
And Mayo enjoying this game with 19 points and 9 boards, 1 rebound short of a double-double.
Ball is loose. Here's Mayo. Throws it up to Raina Barber. Barber all alone and gets it to go. 69-31.
I got a big reaction from the bench as Raina Barber with her first points of the game.
First points of the year.
I think it's of the shoes.
Yep.
She's got these neon green shoes.
I didn't know what you were.
Can't miss them.
Krim. Miller keeps it moving to Washington. Barber with a pick. Oh, and she traveled.
That is her first steal. That should go down as a steal and turnover. So a lot of firsts occurring here for Raina.
Brittingham also into the game for Chestnut Hill. Might have gotten tipped as it goes into the backcourt there. Raina Barber upset Johnson Matthews and grabbed it, kind of went out Micah as the ball went by Johnson Matthews. Washington steps back. Oh my. Puts the move on Johnson Matthews there. Nice move by Amber Washington, who has been phenomenal for the Griffins, the freshman. And now a takeaway for Chestnut Hill. Miller trying to find space underneath, gets it to Washington. Washington threads the needle, but it's off the mark. Here's Jones. Jones is stripped as she goes up, and it's taken away by the Griffins. Chestnut Hill with numbers. Drops it off. Washington for three over Schwartzthal. Misses everything but right into the hands of Miller for the lay-in, 69-35.
The three-point shooting has not been Chestnut Hill's strong suit. They're 1 of 9, but nice second chance effort there for the visitors.
Tigers really having issues underneath the basket offensively. Jump ball and possession to the Griffins.
You've only got one starter out there for Towson, so you've got a lot of reserves here, just getting some playing time for the first time. I mean, a lot of these players that are currently in the court either did not or didn't see much game time against William & Mary or Elon, so they're getting a first time out there for the first time in a while.
Siebold.
Probably the first time a lot of these players have seen the court since Rutgers.
Gray gets the steal and tries to shuffle it forward to Barber. It's out of bounds.
But Coach Richardson still giving a smile. She liked the aggression towards the half-court line. You know, you act as an extra defender when you can get the press on.
Barber with another takeaway. Raina takes it herself, too strong on the lay-in. Borges tracks down the miss. Gray for a corner three is too long. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Spratt going to work on Mayo, 14, spins around, almost looks like she carried there. Timeout called by Chestnut Hill with 6.8 seconds to go.
This is a 30-second.
She basically was trapped with Drewer dribble, and so coach just trying to make sure that he does not lose the final possession of the third quarter, and has a chance to draw up a play here. Again, this game is all about learning things and trying different stuff out, and you have a chance to draw up a play with 7 seconds left, no shot clock, and a last shot opportunity here for the visitors.
Tigers with a 69-35 lead.
Now they're shooting for three here. I'm actually not sure who the favorite would be because they only have 1 3-point make, so this could be a chance to try to get more in the paint and try to get an open look.
Get it in to Siebold. Siebold kicks out. Orlowski at the buzzer is no good. And we are headed to the quarter break, 69-35, and we'll have a special guest here at the start of the fourth quarter for a few minutes, and we'll let you know who it is when we get back, right here on the Towson Sports Network.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
When Revere Bank is your business bank, you are revered. Celebrated for everything it took to get you here. Backed with every confidence in where you're headed. Empowered to make your company every bit as great as your ambition. If you want your business bank to be as committed to your success as you are, we should talk. Let's see your vision. Let's feel your passion. Let's make it happen. Revere Bank, committed to your success.
Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network here inside CQ Arena. The Tigers leading Chestnut Hill 69-35. Quick look at some stats before we get to our guest. And the Tigers shooting 27 of 61 and Chestnut Hill just 15 of 43. Towson doing a good job in the steals. I mean, 16 assists, which is something that's been lacking for them. And now joined by former Tiger wide receiver Shane Leatherberry, who's making an appearance at the women's basketball game. Shane, thanks for coming out.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So you had a lot of success on the field, obviously. I don't think you ever did a press conference.
I think I did one or
maybe
two.
Maybe one or two?
Two. Yeah,
Tom,
maybe one this year, one.
Tom always got the credit.
Exactly.
So Tom would always get to come in.
He deserved it.
So what's going on with you now? What's next for Shane? We see everyone else getting ready for the draft. Obviously, that's an opportunity for you. That's, you've put yourself in. What are you doing right now as you get ready for the next level?
Pretty much just training, trying to get back healthy. Want my body to feel as good as I can, and trying to put on as much good weight as I can, and still be able to run and move well, and just prepare for the next step.
Are you working with Tom at all, or do you have someone who's throwing to you, or who do you have
me
throwing
and
to you?
Tom have been working together, and we're actually going to be training together for the pro day in New Jersey, so that's going to be nice to have him there.
And your stories, I mean, it's remarkable for people who didn't know it. You were a walk-on, then you ball out, you get put on scholarship, and then you have the year that you have. I mean, just have you had a chance to kind of sit back yet and just say, wow, like, look at what I accomplished, look what I did here?
I don't really think about it as me. I just enjoy every moment, like playing football. My brother's got Jabari here, it was always fun playing with him and just seeing him grow as a player and just seeing everybody else grow. And I mean, my story helped out a lot of people because, I mean, back home, people like get to realize like there is a chance, like no matter where you start, you can finish where you want. I mean, that's pretty much the biggest, but I don't look at it as just me, just look my success. I look at it as the team success and watching people grow.
And you think back about your career and some of the plays you made, some of the games you played in. What's something for you that stands out, a game or a play or a moment you'll never forget?
Well, it's not really my play, but I mean, since Jabari's here, his one-handed catch versus William and Mary, I wasn't even in the game at the moment, but that was probably like the craziest catch I've ever seen, and just one of the craziest moments I've seen in person. Just the way the ball just stuck to his hand, it was incredible.
And then Street had one like that this year too.
Oh yeah, exactly. That was crazy too. Seeing Street make plays is the best thing ever because he's just so happy for everybody when they make plays, and then when he does, he just acts like it's nothing. So it's always good to see him do stuff like that.
And you mentioned Jabari. Everybody knows, at least everyone inside Towson knows how close the two of you are. You guys are going to be apart from each other now. What have you told this guy? It's on him to lead the receiving group next year.
Just have fun with it. Don't. When somebody else makes a play, you got to be there hyping them up. And if they don't make a play or they get down on themselves, he's got to be there for them. And just pretty much, I just say have fun with it and just continue to do what he does because he does it better than most people that do it.
And for you, looking at that next level opportunity, and then I'll let you go here so you can enjoy the rest of the game up. Who's a huge swat by Mayo there?
Good big block.
Who's a player at that next level that you compare yourself to, and is there a team that you want to maybe join that you think you would be able to fit in well with?
I look at like a combination of people. I like Stephon Diggs, Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, just like the way they catch the ball and like get open in space. I like those guys. Even Edelman, he's like a small guy. He always happens to get open. He knows defense, is really smart. And shoot, I don't really have a team that I'm looking at, but hopefully anybody that wants me, I hope I can fit in and play the best I can, whether it's special teams or even defense. Anywhere I can play, I just go anywhere and play whatever.
That's a good political answer, just in case you don't end up somewhere.
Exactly.
All right, Shane, thanks, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to watch you play, and good luck at the next level.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yep. As Shane gets up and Dave will check back in. Oh, we're going to get Jabari real quick. As Jabari Allen as Jeter lays it in for two, 71-37. That breaks the scoring drought for Towson here in this fourth quarter. And Jabari, we'll be brief, but we spoke with Shane. You know, Shane was a big target. Everybody knew about Shane Leatherberry. Everybody knew about you. It's on you now to kind of lead that receiving room. What's important for you as you get ready for life without Shane, kind of, and kind of be that leader in that group?
Just kind of just following his footsteps. Really, he was a big leader. He was a guy that brought the energy for us, so I guess I'm going to have to step in there and bring the energy for us, you know, be that kind of like that older guy in the room.
Jen Davis knocks down to three. That's her first career points for Jen Davis. A big shot for her, 74-39. And we talked with Shane about favorite moments. Obviously, not the year that you wanted to have personally, as you were sidelined a little bit with an injury, but what's something that has stuck out to you over these last couple of years, a moment that you won't forget and something that gets you excited when you think about it?
It's off the field with Shane. Like when we first got here, I remember opening my door and I saw this big goofy guy in there. And I was like, wow, this is gonna be my roommate. And turns out it went from my roommate to being my best friend. And now that we're gonna be split apart, but friendships don't die. This is a friendship that's gonna last a long time, and I can't wait to see us in the future.
And that's Jabari Allen. Jabari, thanks for taking some time for us. Enjoy the rest of the game and enjoy hanging out with Shane.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. As Dave Vatz will slide back in, Jen Davis over to Jeter for a deep three, and she can't get it to go. As the Griffins will bring it up the other way is Lauren Krim. Washington stands with it. Hewlett trying to go to work, fakes a spin, now steps through, and she's going to get fouled hard by Borges or Jones. It's going to be on one of them. Again, we want to thank Shane and Jabari. And folks, season tickets just went on sale for Towson football, and make sure you get on over there, 1-855-TU-TIGER, TowsonTigers.com. Call our friend Brady and Josh. Hewlett to go to the line for two.
Exciting season. You've got James Madison, Morgan State, Dartmouth coming here. Reinstatement of the Battle for Greater Baltimore on September 12th.
(74-40), and Hewlett misses the second, goes out of bounds. Miller thought that went off the Tigers.
Got a lot of reserves out here that probably going to be key players next year for Towson. Again, you've got Murray graduating, Mayo's graduating. You've got several new spots are going to be opening up, so let's see what they do here.
Johnson Matthews, the grad transfer, is fouled and go to the line for two. Foul is on Spratt. That is her second, team's second. Team's first.
Yeah, I don't see a lot in Chestnut Hill. But the one thing I like about them, they hustle. They got a lot of energy, and I think they're going to be really well under their new head coach. Give them a couple of years, I think they're going to be a threat in their league.
And, I mean, Washington has been outstanding tonight. I mean, how many points does she have so far?
She's got 8.
She's got 8 points. She's hustled. She's gotten her hands on a lot of loose balls. She's scrappy.
You can add 3 assists, and again, Towson's playing pressure defense. It's hard to pass against this team. And, again, give them a couple of years, I think they're going to be really good.
Spratt, 11 on the shot clock. Krim almost traveled, or Orlowski, excuse me. Oh, no, that was Krim. Ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a media timeout. 76-40, 4:54 to go, right here on the Towson Sports Network.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to live 3 to 5 years longer. If you embrace lifestyle, you're going to have 9 more years of a healthy life.
There's a vibe to this club. It's not just my word, but I hear it from members and I hear it from non-members.
It really encaptures every demographic, which is who ACAC is.
If an individual comes to us, we can teach them all elements of physical activity, finding something within our walls that would appeal to somebody to get them moving.
Welcome back. Ben Rosenbaum, Dave Vatz here inside CQ Arena. Tigers have it in hand, 76-40. And Dave, your thoughts here as we've seen the Tigers really play a complete basketball game tonight.
Yeah, we have, and they play well every quarter. Their defense has been solid each quarter, and you want to see these reserves do strong.
And we'll throw it over to Sarah Ridenauer now. Sarah, and what do you got?
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, during the timeout, it was mostly just, same thing she's been talking about, man-to-man marking, staying tight on defense, creating turnovers. But it was also just a lot of just encouraging, telling them to get this game finished, and let's go home with a win.
All right, thank you, Sarah.
Sound advice, especially for, again, a lot of players that don't routinely see the court, but one person that is on the court is Lakayton Wright. And, Wright has been a star the last couple of games in replacement of Tess Borges, but Coach Richardson obviously wants to get her more reps and get her ready to go for the next conference game. She's going to be an important player against JMU.
Has every Tiger scored so far tonight? Everyone who's played?
Schwartzow and Gray has not, but everybody else has.
Right. Who's had a nice game tonight also. And you're right, she has looked quicker with the ball, and now a foul called on Lakayton Wright, just as I compliment her.
Yeah, and again, you're not going to see everything on stat sheet with her, but just it's little things. She's getting a little faster. She's playing well defensively, and just little by little, she's getting incrementally better as she gets more playing time.
Siebold brings it up for the Griffins. Inside is Miller. Half spin and now blocked by Wright. Jones gonna get called for the charge.
Offensive foul on Towson's number 2, Maya Jones.
Now on the other side for Chestnut Hill, a lot of these players are the starters. You've got most of their starters out here, so they're trying to finish up like they would finish a game. Again, both sides trying to use as a learning experience for the rest of conference play, which for both teams goes back into play this weekend.
Miller up top. Throw underneath. Ooh. Hewlett hits the ground, but able to somehow get the ball to Miller, and Miller lays it up and in, 76-42. Sharp for 3, too short. Barber the offensive board, and she is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Barber not afraid to get into the paint and take on some players there. Have a lot of size on her. Did that on the defensive side as well. She's trying to guard them out, and then she gets towards the circle and draws contact.
Gray and Schwartzow back into the game. And if I had to guess, this will probably be the lineup that rides it out here for Diane Richardson. Barber too strong on the first. Second is good for Reyna, 77-42.
Well, I'm definitely hoping Gray can get some points here, be the first points in a Towson uniform this season.
Yeah, Mariah, when she came in, she's part of that Nakaya Mayo class. She came in if you let her get a little bit too much space. I mean, she doesn't have the reputation as as a Maggie Sharp, who's coming with the sharpshooter badge, basically. Mariah, though, is somebody who, if you give her too much space, she'll make you pay for it. As Krim can't get the mid-range jumper to go, short thou. It's tied up. And foul is going to be called on Miller. That is her fourth.
Chestnut Hill foul number 3, Abby Spratt.
Team's third.
Fourth, and the team's third.
Sharp thought about it. Short thou. Barber driving. Splits the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good. Schwartau can't grab the rebound. And Miller on it. Spratt, cross court to Siebold. Miller, off balance jumper's no good, 2:33 to play. Siebold for 3, in and out. Spratt, the rebound and putback is good, 77-44.
Yeah, Chestnut Hill's guards have been able to get some good rebounds getting underneath. I mean, Spratt with her 3rd rebound that play. Nice play by Barber on that right wing to get the 3-pointer.
Scoop loves it.
Toss that t-shirt.
Take a look at around the CAA here in a moment. Sharp driving, loses it out of bounds.
Possession to the Tigers.
Apparently there's no other CAA games tonight. I thought there was. Oh no, because it would be Friday.
Correct.
Because yeah, we're off. We're travel partners with JMU.
Men's teams are tomorrow.
Barber through the lane and gets delay in the fall. 82-44, under 2 to go.
Barber up to 8 points. 3 of 5 from the field.
Birmingham over to Milan. Washington driving. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound against Schwartau. Minute and a half to play. On the ground, Sharp with the takeaway. Sharp over to Gray. Gray thought about it. Now she'll drive. Bounce pass to Schwartau. She can't get it clean and tied up.
And if there's one thing that these reserves, I think they need to work on, it's their rebounding. They are getting beaten a lot to the ball underneath the basket by these Chestnut Hill players. Now, it's something that's going to learn over time, but they really need to get more aggressive when they're going towards the paint and pulling down the rebound.
Lane. Hook shot no good over Schwartau. Jen Davis with the takeaway long pass up to Raina Barber. Barber lays it up, lays it in. 84-44. This is, I don't have to check the notes, a career high for Raina Barber tonight.
And she gets in double digits. 4th Tiger to do just that.
Brittingham. 3 balls good. 84-47.
Another Delaware native for Chestnut Hill. She's from Middletown, went to St. George's Technical. Both of their Delaware natives went to St. George's Technical. The other one from Barra being your favorite player, Amber Washington.
Davis, 15 on the shot clock. Sharp now. She's thinking about it. She wants to get loose here for a shot. Floaters up, misses everything. Brittingham grabs it to Gray. Gray will lay it up and in. 86-47.
That probably got the best reaction from the bench when Mariah Gray hit that layup.
Yeah, she had a tough year last year, sidelined with an injury. You could tell it was hurting that she wasn't out there. Team was really behind her. 86-49. She kind of got back at the end of the year, but as that'll be our final score. I don't think Jen Davis is going to pull up here. 86-49. As the Tigers will get back on the right track as they get ready for James Madison on Sunday.
Yeah, Towson took care of business in the game they needed to. They learned a couple things about some of their reserves. And I think they're going to take a few things out of this game that they could take into the next contest against JMU. They got some good production from the bench. They got some good team play on defense. And again, I'm sure they're just happy that they had a chance to play in the game against a team they're not familiar with. Like, just to work on a couple of things and get ready for the next contest.
We await Coach Diane Richardson. She makes her way across the court. Again, our final score, 86-49.
Mr. Zane Sharpies will be provided. We hope you'll join us again this Sunday at 2 for the Tiger women's basketball team.
And here's Coach Rich now, and Coach, obviously that had to feel good tonight, 86-49. Your thoughts on today's game?
Well, you know, we executed some things. We knew that this game would give us an opportunity to work on some things, and you know, I saw some improvement from the last game.
A lot of Tigers obviously get to play here tonight. You have a couple that get their first points, and Jen Davis. Raina Barber has a career night. I didn't have to check the notes. I just kind of knew that happened.
Yes.
And then you have somebody like Siobhan Smith, who we knew that you guys were just kind of waiting for her to have that complete offensive game. And you don't, you know, discredit the opponent. It was more of a mental thing with Scoop, and she has a great game tonight.
Yeah, and she did. And we've been waiting for her to do that, and hopefully this game will give her the confidence to continue to do that.
Obviously, this is a nice tune-up game to have because you have a pretty sizable opponent now on Sunday, JMU, conference favorite, a team that feels like if it wasn't for injuries, they should have been the ones who won a CAA championship. I just say what they say. I know, you and I know different. But now you got to get mentally ready for that, and what is your mindset getting ready for Sunday?
Well, we wanted to stay loose. I didn't want to have a whole week off between the game, you know, last game and JMU, so we scheduled this game in here to just keep us loose and work on some things.
All right, Coach, thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
That'll do it for us. We're going to step aside now. Got a little bit of a leak we got to deal with over here. Again, our final score, 86-49. Sunday at 2 o'clock, the Tigers take on the James Madison Dukes. For Dave Vatz and everybody else here, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.